I was playing football and I was planning to go to physical therapy school. But I realized that for me to live in the plan that God had for my life, that I had to sacrifice a lot of those plans that I had for my life.
We were attending a ministry college, a leadership formation school, and we took a trip to China. The Lord started to prick our hearts about the Latin culture.
We really felt like the Lord was like pointing it out, like this is where you need to go, and so now we're headed to Machala, Ecuador.
I grew up here in Costa Rica as a missionary kid. And when I went back to the U.S. for college, I really didn't expect to be back in Latin America. I thought the Lord was going to send me, and then later when we got married, my wife, to the Muslim world. So by the time I came back as a missionary, I'd been gone for 13 years. I still spoke 17-year-old street Spanish and needed to polish it up quite a bit, and my wife needed to learn Spanish from scratch. So we wound up here at CINCEL.
The vision for CINCEL is twofold. Number one, that every Assemblies of God missionary from the United States going to Latin America and the Caribbean be trained in a working knowledge of Spanish, be thoroughly Pentecostal in the way they do missions, both in belief and in practice.
Me encanta cuando los estudiantes no hablan nada de español y me gusta ver el proceso. Después de pocas semanas, un mes, 2 meses, ya comienzan a hablar. Es como tomar un niño, ¿verdad? Y comenzar con sus primeros pasos.
The teachers weren't going to speak any English. They weren't going to use any English words. So it kind of felt like everything was in hyperspeed.
I had a lot of false confidence. The first day of class, I got in there, the teacher started talking. I couldn't understand a thing. I didn't know what was going on.
My wife's experience was a little different than mine because, first of all, she came 6 months pregnant. And so halfway through her first trimester, she had to pull out, have the baby, and then she jumped back in the next semester.
That confidence that I had, that little bit of Spanish that I thought I knew so well, really didn't mean much in the grand scheme of things because I was just kind of sounding like a caveman before. I realize that now.
Lo que más disfruto hacer en CINCEL es que los grupos son pequeños, entonces es posible ayudar a cada estudiante de forma personalizada.
The ladies that work with the kids are just fantastic, and the kids learn faster than the adults do.
La parte que más me gusta del trabajo en CINCEL es porque trabajo con misioneros, aunque yo no puedo viajar, pero en una forma lo hago cuando estoy enseñándoles a ellos.
So our prayer for every student here at CINCEL, beyond their language learning, is that they would thrive on the mission field, that they would thrive in relationships, they would thrive spiritually and emotionally, and that they would learn that the weapons of their warfare are mighty, and that they're prepared for the battles that will face them.
You almost always have to just leave your pride behind because at some point you're going to be embarrassed, confused, and you're not going to have any idea what you're doing. It's important to remember that we just want to take an attitude of servanthood and be humble so that later on we can grow and be equipped to make an impact on the people around us.
Even if you are just planning on coming as a missionary associate for 2 years to come to work in Latin America, still worth it for you to take 8 months of those 2 years to learn Spanish. Do all you can to learn Spanish, and CINCEL is a great place to do it.